Welcome in. Welcome into the channel. My name's Craig, and this, my friends, is where we put the spotlight onto German football. This is our preview show for match day 25. In terms of what you can expect, we've got Leverkusen duking it out with Munich at the top of the table. They've got a home clash against a woeful Werder Bremen. We anticipate a party both off and on the pitch as Munich celebrate their 125th anniversary. Yeah, we're expecting Sane, Coman and co to do a conga line around Bochum's defence. And Freiburg, well, they are the surprise package this season. Are they going to consolidate their European aspirations with a win against a Leipzig side that just are desperate for a win? They haven't won away since match day 13. So we've got all that to cover. So why don't you go and get yourself a drink, come back and get comfortable, and let me walk you through the preview of all the action that's coming up in match day 25. What time is it? Bundesliga time! Monchengladbach versus Mainz. 8th versus 4th. Europe, very much the focus for both sides. Gladbach, well, it's 3 wins in their last 5. They've only won 1 in 3 at home. They are ranked bottom 5th for shots on goal at home. That's just 12.5 per game. Still managed to score a respectable 22 goals, though. They have conceded 8 goals from set pieces at home, so they need to be switched on to a Mainz team that are playing without absolute fear. My one to watch for Gladbach, it's Rocco Reitz. Not only because he's got a wicked name, but he's a young man, centre midfield, learning his trade, very similar to Robin Hack, also on Instagram. So far this season, 19 matches, 1 goal, 1 assist. Rocco Reitz. Just love saying that name. Mainz, well, they're on a 4-game unbeaten streak. They've won their last 2 away. They've scored 23, yes, the magic number. They've scored 23 goals away from home. It's a fluid attacking team. Cuts teams open with 2 through balls per game. And 14 of their goals have come from open play. They're not afraid to switch it up either. 62 long balls per game. 43% of their attacks come down the right wing. Now, as for my one to watch, that's a smooth segue, because it's clinical striker Jonathan Burkout. Now, he tends to play on the right. Again, no surprise that most of their attacks come that way. 14 goals in 24 matches. Yeah, I'll say that again. 4 goals, 14 goals in 24 matches. 42 shots he's had so far, and he's got a goal to shots ratio of 0.31. Now, that is so goddamn healthy that only Patrick Schick, top scorer this season with 16, has got a better goals to shots ratio of 0.33. 10 of Jonathan Burkout's goals, by the way, crucially, have come on the road, and this fixture happens to be away too. My prediction, Mainz, yeah, they're just in such good form, and they just play for fun, play without fear, score from all over, predominantly on the right. Yeah, I'm going Mainz 2-1, away win. Leverkusen against Werder Bremen, 2nd against 12th. Leverkusen, well, they have to win, right? If they're going to keep up pace with Munich in this title race, they've got to keep winning. They are on a 22-game unbeaten streak. They've won 4 out of the last 5 at home, scoring 29 times. At home, they've scored for 6 times and have gone on to win 5 of those games. The only blemish was a 2-2 draw with Holstein Kiel earlier in the season. My one to watch for Leverkusen, it's an Arsenal favourite, isn't it, Gonzo? It's Granit Xhaka, ex-Arsenal hard man. He's comfortable as both a DM and as a central midfielder. This season, 2 goals and 7 assists in 24 games. And he's averaging 1.7 key passes per game. This made us snigger. He's only on 3 yellow cards this season. Werder Bremen have lost 4 in a row. In fact, they've once lost 7 games in a row, and that came in the 2020-21 season. A lot of 20s there. Post-COVID season. Funny in that it was reset with a 0-0 against... Yeah, it was reset with a 0-0 against today's opposition by Leverkusen. Now, Bremen have not won away since December. That's December 2024, that is. That game then went on to produce a 2-game away win streak. So, positive signs there. They have conceded first 8 times, and then they've gone on to lose 5 of those games. These are bad omens. They have managed to score 20 away goals, though, with 11.2 shots per game, which is respectable. I just don't think it'll be enough against an absolutely rampant Leverkusen. My one to watch for Werder Bremen is Romano Schmidt. Ooh, like that name, Ray Romano. Romano Schmidt, everybody. Yeah, Ole Werner, manager of Bremen. He deploys him across the midfield, pretty much either centre or out wide on the right. 22 appearances this season so far. 1 goal, 3 assists, 99 crosses, which is inside the top 15 in the Bundesliga this season. And actually, that last goal that he scored, yeah, you'd probably guess where this is going. That was a dramatic last-minute equaliser against Bayer Leverkusen in a 2-2 draw back in September 24. My prediction, well, the last meeting was 2-2, where Bremen actually came from behind twice to scrap that draw. But they are in absolutely terrible form. I can't see that happening this weekend. Leverkusen are desperate for the win again because they've got to keep that pressure on Munich. My prediction then is a 2-0 home win for Bayer Leverkusen. Real Nico won't thank me for that. Munich against Bochum. Leaders against 16th. It's the 125th anniversary for Munich, so go and put the bunting out and grab some streamers. Now, it's a one-sided game, right? It's got to be. And fate should play a hand in this one if you look at the head-to-heads, because in the last 5 meetings between these two sides, it's produced 27 goals. And actually, the last 2 games where Munich have been at home against Bochum in the Allianz Arena, well, those 2 games have ended 7-0 and 3-0 to Munich. Munich are on a 10-game win streak at home. They've won 11 out of 12. It's just that pesky 1-1 draw to Leverkusen earlier in the season, which is that only blemish on their home record. They've scored a whopping 41 goals at home, with 39 coming from open play, averaging 21.3 shots per game, and they just dominate possession with 72%. My one to watch in Munich, well, it's just a galaxy of stars, but let's pick one out. Let's pick out Jamal Musiala, an absolute artist in midfield who, slight side note, left Chelsea, age 16, with his mum because of her fear of the impending Brexit changes. Politics one week, conspiracy theories another. Everything on this channel, right? It's not just football, although politics is in everything inherently. Back to Musiala this season, 21 appearances, 11 goals, 2 assists, and he's averaging 3 dribbles per game. That's with the ball, that is. Bochum then, it's been a tough season. They've lost 15 games so far. 9 out of those 12 have been away from home. 8 times they've conceded first and then gone on to lose 7. The last team in the Bundesliga, by the way, this is not to have won an away game this season. Well, that's a record that I wouldn't want either. On a positive note, though, they are unbeaten in their last 2 away games, both draws. That's 1-1 to Wolfsburg and 2-2 with Holstein Kiel. They were leading, by the way, in both those games. They failed to score, by the way, in only 3 games this season. My one to watch for Bochum is Maximilian Wittek. Wittek, that's going to need an overlay. Yeah, he's played mostly at left back, 11 times out of 23. He's won 31 tackles. He's put in 121 crosses, which is top 6 performers in the Bundesliga so far this season, and 44 blocks. So yeah, go and check out Maxi Wittek. As for my prediction, one-sided this one. It's party time. Munich 3-1 home win. Yeah, I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be generous. It is a party after all. And no one leaves empty-handed. Everyone gets a gift bag, right? There'll be a goal in that gift bag for Bochum. Still going to be a 3-1 Munich home win. Dortmund versus Augsburg is 10th v 11th. On paper, that makes them pretty tight. The truth, though, is Dortmund are inconsistent and they need the points. Augsburg, they keep it tight, though. They've only conceded 6 in 9 games. Dortmund are on a 2-game win streak, and that's only happened since Niko Kovac took over. They've now won 7 out of 12 at home. They've scored 31 times and only failed to score in 1 game. They absolutely dominate home games with 58.1 possession, 56% aerial duels won, and 15.5 shots per game. Now, my one to watch, Gonzo here and I have been fans because Arsenal have been rumoured to want to sign him for years, and that's Julian Brandt. He's the playmaker at number 10. Now, he's considered by some critics as a bit of a luxury player. We've come across one of them before, haven't we? That in Mesut Ozil. I was always a fan. Anyway, back to Brandt. Yeah, arguably he does blow hot and cold, but let's have a look at the numbers though. This season, he's played 20 games. He's scored 4 times, he's come up with 5 assists, and get this, Dortmund are unbeaten in all 10 games where he's featured. It seems like Augsburg have enjoyed the winter break. Just on that, by the way, the Bundesliga decides to take a break at the point where the weather is at its most adverse, where it could be dangerous for players and a logistical nightmare for the fans to travel around. They hit pause and they pick up again in mid-January. Premier League, you can take note. Anyway, back to the Bundesliga. Augsburg, their form post-winter break, well, it's an 8-game unbeaten streak. 5 of those games have been away from home, by the way. They've kept 4 clean sheets in that time. 3 of those games, by the way, have been 0-0, and they've conceded only 1 goal, and that was to St. Pauli in a game where they still fought back from a goal down to end up drawing 1-1. My one to watch for Augsburg is Marius Wolf. Now, he plays as a right back, and in 23 games so far this season, he's scored 1, he's clocked up 2 assists, and he's produced 88 crosses, which puts him in the top 20 performers for that category this season. My prediction, when all's said and done, it's Dortmund who need the points. They're great at home, but they're just so inconsistent. Augsburg, they grind out 1-0s. They keep clean sheets. I'm going to sit on the fence again and go 0-0. Yeah, I wish I could be more bold. I'm going to go 0-0. Wolfsburg versus St. Pauli, 7th versus 15th. Wolfsburg, well, they're unbeaten in 6. That does include 4 draws, though. Their last home win was match day 17, and it was a statement one too, yeah. 5-1 against Monchengladbach. Wow, that's a team featuring Rocco Reeds, Robin Hack, and Tim Kleindis. Don't forget he's one of the top scorers this season. They do have, though, a 0 goal difference at home. Yeah, 15 of those goals that they've conceded have been from open play, and they've only had 1 game where they haven't scored, and that was a 0-0 with Bayer Leverkusen. They are an aggressive side under Ralf Hasenhüttl. Yeah, they've picked up 61 yellow cards. Only Augsburg have picked up more, 66 if you're interested. My one to watch for Wolfsburg is Mohamed Dadsamore. Yeah, Mohamed Amoura, the Algerian striker, in 22 games this season, has scored 9, provided 8 assists, taken 57 shots, and as a result of that, has a goal-to-shot ratio of 0.14, which is just a fraction below Hugo Ekitike of Eintracht Frankfurt. St. Pauli, they're on a 4-game losing streak. They had not won in 6. That, by the way, was a 3-0 home win to Union Berlin. And in itself, that was part of a 2-game win streak. Just side note, in the 2001/02 season, I believe that was one of the previous times that they were in the Bundesliga. They went on a 9-game winless streak. Yeah, that's right. 9-game winless streak. As for this season, well, they've only won 4 away all season. And they are the lowest scoring team, by the way. Only scored 19 goals. It does balance out, though, because they've ratcheted up 7 clean sheets. My one to watch is Philip Treu. He's deployed either as a left or right back. Some versatility there. And in 23 games this season, he's put in 47 crosses, which translates to 1 assist. He's also done the work at the back too, with 35 tackles, and he's made 44 blocks. A consistent performer, both going forward and helping his teammates out, keep things tight. Hence those 7 clean sheets. My prediction, it just feels like the attacking threat and the aggression that Wolfsburg carry with Patrick Wimmer, Mohamed Amore, Matthias Sandberg, I feel like it's going to be a 2-0 home win. So yeah, my prediction is a 2-0 home win to Wolfsburg. Holstein Kiel versus VfB Stuttgart, 17th versus 9th. Holstein Kiel, well, it's their debut season in the Bundesliga, don't forget. Although at times it's felt like the fairy tale is fading into a nightmare. They've experienced a 5-game losing streak during this debut season. Although, to be fair, it's all a learning curve, right? Teams like St. Pauli have been through that before them. They do have 1 win in 5, though, and that was a historic milestone in that it was their first ever away win in the Bundesliga. Came at the hands of Union Berlin, 1-0 in matchday 24. 9 times, though, Holstein Kiel have conceded first. They've only come back to get a result in one of those games, and oh my God, did it work. It was a 5-1 thumping of Augsburg. They just tend to concede a lot of goals first off. 8 times they've conceded from set pieces, which is the most in the Bundesliga this season. Not a record they want. My one to watch for Holstein Kiel is Finn Porath. Love that name. Finn Porath, an experienced German midfielder. He's played 22 times this season. 2 goals. Both have come actually inside the last 3 games. He's made 2 assists, put in 67 crosses, and you can expect 0.8 key passes per game from Finn Porath. Stuttgart, well, they're pushing for European competition next season. They're only 2 points off Leipzig, down in 9th, which just proves how compact the middle of the table is. Still got 12 games to go, mind you. They are struggling, though, at present, because Stuttgart have only won 1 in 5, and that was back in February, away to Dortmund. They've conceded 9 goals in their last 5 games and only kept 1 clean sheet. That was away to Leverkusen. They are unbeaten in 2, but they've both been draws. They've only won 4 games away all season, scoring only 15 goals. And don't forget, this is a Stuttgart team that finished 2nd in the Bundesliga last season. My one to watch for Stuttgart, well, that's Atakan Karizar. A defensive midfielder. He's played 22 times this season. 1 goal, 2 assists. Does like a card. Picked up 6 yellows this season so far. He's won 83 aerial duels, though. He's 6'3", to be fair. Although very combative, as proven. My prediction, I think Stuttgart will do it. Don't forget they've got Nick Voltemade, Dennis Undav up front. Yeah, it's a Stuttgart 1-0 away win. Freiburg versus Leipzig, 5th versus 6th. That's the top spiel game this Samstag. Freiburg unbeaten in 5, which includes 4 wins. 3 of them, interestingly enough, have been 1-0. They've won their last 2 at home, scoring 6 goals. Okay, 5 of those came in one game against the brainless Bremen. They've scored 14 goals from open play, and I want to put a shout out to Noah Atbulu. Brilliant goalkeeper and Football Manager, by the way. He is the clean sheet machine. 9 clean sheets so far this season. He's not the one to watch, though. My one to watch for Freiburg is Max Egerstein. He plays as a DM, and in 23 games this season, he's not registered a goal or an assist. He just does the ugly work that allows the rest of his teammates to carry the ball and to create the spark, which ends up being the goals. He covers a lot of ground, 268 kilometres, and he's inside the top ranked 80 players in categories for winning tackles, of which he's 21, putting in blocks, 23, and interceptions, 25. So there you go. Max Egerstein. Not saying that he's unattractive, I'm just saying he does the unattractive work. Leipzig, 1 win in 5. That includes 2 0-0s. They were both away to Augsburg and Union Berlin. Hence, Peter Glassy has racked up 10 clean sheets this season. But you're not going to win championships by not scoring. And actually, the last time they did score was in match day 18. It feels like all those goals came in one because they were part of a 3-3 draw with Bochum. And get this, they were 3-0 up that day, Leipzig. They haven't won away since match day 13. That was 2-0 at Holstein Kiel. And they're only averaging 11.5 shots on goal. That's in all their away games, which ranks inside the lowest 5 in the Bundesliga this season. My one to watch is Riddle Baku. He's a right winger. He's played 15 times this season. And he's come up with 2 goals, 1 assist and 37 crosses. And you can expect 0.3 key passes per game. That's Riddle Baku, a man out on the right-hand side for Leipzig. As a prediction, and this is a surprise, I'm going to go 1-0 Leipzig away win. I'm going to go one step further and give you some goal scorers. It's either going to be a Pender or Noosa. The latter will be coming off the bench. So yeah, my prediction, 1-0 away win to Leipzig. Eintracht Frankfurt versus Union Berlin. That's 3rd versus 14th. The Eagles are wounded. Yeah, that's right. Frankfurt, well, their form is off. They only won once in 5. That last win was match day 22, and that was a 3-1 home win to Holstein Kiel. They've shipped 8 goals to the 2 teams at the top of the Bundesliga so far, and that's in consecutive weekends. Again, that's 8 goals shipped against both Munich and Leverkusen in consecutive weekends. 11 goals conceded now in the last 5 games. They tend to produce streaks, like in the last 10 games. That's a streak of 3 draws. not 3 streaks in their draws. That's and a 3 loss streak. So yeah, they tend to go on these little runs, some of which are unfavourable, some of which are not as impactful, I suppose. They've scored 30 times at home, have the Eagles. 19 of them were pre-winter break. That's 7-2 win at home to Bochum and a 4-1 win to Freiburg. So yeah, I'd say their form was better before the winter break, although more recently they've scored 6 goals in the last 5 games. My one to watch for the Eagles is Nathaniel Brown. He's 21. He's versatile. He's either playing as a full-back or as a wing-back, always on the left. In 16 games so far this season, he's produced 3 goals of his own, 4 assists, put in 62 crosses, which is top 30 ranking in the performance leagues this season, and he's averaging 3.17 tackles per game. Nathaniel Brown, versatile, on the left. Union Berlin, the wall's not holding as solid as it once was. Only 1 win in 5. The last 3 on the bounce, they've conceded 9 goals. 6 of them came in one game to Dortmund. Their last win was in match day 21. That was a 4-0 away win to Hoffenheim. A brace there on that occasion from Benedikt Hollerbach. Look out for him. They've lost 8 away at home. At one point, it was a 6-game loss streak. Ouch. In those 8 games, by the way, they've always conceded first and have only come back to achieve 1 result. And that was a draw. It was a 1-1 draw to Mainz. way back on the opening day of the season. Here's the paradox, though, right? The keeper, Frederick Ranau, he's kept 6 clean sheets. So for a team that lose a lot away, concede a lot of early goals, on their day, though, when that defence holds tight and you can rely on your keeper, that's 6 clean sheets. And they'll need that today against Frankfurt. They absolutely will. My one to watch, by the way, for Union Berlin is a striker that's just come in from Norway. Andre Ilic, he's joined from Vålerenga. Oh, great name to say. Yeah, he joined in January in the transfer window. And he played 7 times so far. What an impact, though. So in 7 games, he's scored twice from 9 shots, 3 of which are on target, and he's a bit of a beast in the air. He's won half of the duels that he's gone up for. Still adapting to the league, but that's a great effort in just a short period of time. And they need those goals as well. When all said and done, my prediction now is that Frankfurt are just going to be too OP. 2-0. Because they need to consolidate that Champions League spot. So yeah, I'm going to go 2-0 home win Frankfurt. TSG Hoffenheim versus Crystal Palace. And we'll roll that camera back. TSG Hoffenheim versus FC Heidenheim. Battle of the Heims. And it's a battle at the basement as well, because it's 13th versus 18th. So it's not quite a sect puncture, although a win is precious for both teams. I'd say it's more valuable for Heidenheim, who are just stuck at the bottom of the table on 15 points. They've been there for quite a while. Hoffenheim, though, well, they've won 2 out of the last 5, both away wins. They haven't won at home in 7, and that was a wild 4-3 to Leipzig back in match day 11. 9 times, get this, 9 times they've gone behind, and they've fought back. Only managed 2 draws, though, and that wild 4-3 win against Leipzig. This is a data point that they're looking to exercise as soon as they can. They've not had a clean sheet at home in 32 matches. And that's an unwanted streak that stretches all the way back to a 2-0 home win over Schalke in April of 2023. My one to watch for Hoffenheim is Finn Becker. Yeah, 2 Finns today. 2 Finns, he's 24, he's a central midfielder, still learning his game, but credit to Hoffenheim, they're down there and they're giving the youngsters a chance. In 7 games, he's produced 1 assist, he's got an 83.7 pass completion rate. He's put in a shift though, he's made 79 clearances and 91 interceptions. So yeah, please do look out for Finn Becker. Heidenheim, well, they haven't won in their last 9 games. That last win was in match day 16. It was a 2-0 home win against Union Berlin. That winless run includes 5 straight defeats in which they conceded 9 goals. And not long prior to that, they racked up a 7-game losing streak. Only won 4 games in total this season, and curiously 2 of those have been away to St. Pauli and Mainz, both 2-0, all within the 3 opening games of the season. Bizarrely though, they've scored 9 more goals away from home, 18. They've taken the lead, get this, 7 times, where they've gone on to win 4 and draw 1. That draw was back in match day 23. It's quite recent. It was against Leipzig, where they went 2-0 up very early on. Matthias Honzak, Shippinger, top corner. My one to watch is Niklas Dorsch, central midfielder. 13 games he's played so far this season. 2 goals, 1 assist. They switched to play 9 times. That ranks inside the top 20 performers so far this season. Switching the play. I mean, Joshua Kimmich does that and he's way out in front. And he's gone on to recover 45 loose balls. Yeah, look out for Niklas Dorsch. My prediction, do you know what? I'm going to go 1-0 Hoffenheim. Tom Bishop will be involved, the golden boy, and it'll exercise their clean sheet demon at home. So yeah, my prediction, 1-0 Hoffenheim win. That's the preview done for all the games coming up in match day 25. That review show will be out in a few days, so we can all compare and contrast my wild predictions, see if I've got any W's, or actually more likely see how many L's I'll be carrying. If you got to the end of this video, thank you as ever. You know, a like and a subscribe would be brilliant because it boosts awareness of the channel. Yeah, it's small, but I'm working hard to try and grow it with a larger audience. As always, please leave your comments and your corrections because I'm only human and some of the detail might be out. Please leave that in the comment section below. And we'll call it. Yeah, we'll call it. Thanks for watching. Like I say, look out for the review show in a few days' time. All that remains to be said then is that I've been Craig, he's been Gonzo, and this, my friends, this has been the German Football Spotlight channel. Repeat after me. Auf Wiedersehen.